Maybe I should just come over here. You know I'm the man of the year. What's up, man? We finna go to class tonight. Hope y'all been having a divine day. Hope you've been finding your way to be swell and well. All right. What's up? I hope y'all been having a divine day. I hope y'all day been so divine and right on time. You know what I'm saying? Hope y'all been having a divine day. For sure, for sure. Sending so much peace and love to the Cosmic family. What up? Embodying bread. Goddamn me. Baby girl. What's up, baby girl? I just want to see you. I just want to see you. What's that TikTok posse? What's good, famo? What's good, famo? Anthony Ford. What's up, user? What's up? Hope Moses, man. I hope y'all having a divine night. I hope y'all day been going swell and well. I hope you been able to prevail, you know, and get these things situated within our mind, within our body, within our soul. First and foremost, I want to open up the energy, this high vibration of energy, to allow the ancestors to be, you know, in proper guidance and proper assimilation. You know what I'm saying? Assembling properly for you to be able to maneuver through the simulation right now. So we activate all our high vibrational ancestors, our low vibrational ancestors. What up, Flores Alchemy? Yo, what up, Miss Stickles? Vetta. Yes. So we wanna first and foremost welcome in all of our divine ancestors, right? We want to welcome in all of our divine ancestors, those that may be operating on the low vibrational plane and those that may be operating on the high vibrational plane. We want to make sure all the energies are right. So with that being said, we're going to come in. What up, love? Ascendant. Peace. What up, love? So before we properly go, you know what I'm saying, into the lecture tonight, which is titled Sacred Symbolism, right? Before we reevaluate this information, I want us to have the proper energy, all right, as we utilize music, and we utilize music to activate the proper channel, all right? So we finna tap into what we call our ancestor awareness. So what I want to do as a quick activity is to allow your mind, your body, and your soul to, what up, Free Spirit Rising? Allow your mind and your body and your soul to be fixated on everything that you are, you know, on a higher level. You know what I'm saying? On a higher level. What up, Southern Witch Doctor? On a higher level of enlightenment. All right. So this means that you have the ability to channel, you know, pathways in your bloodline. All right. So just know that you have the ability to do this. And what I would love to do is for you to think about, you know, everything that you are, and allow that timeline of past, present, and future to be present. All right. Past and future. All right. Not past, present, just present, past, future, or present, future, past. All right. So let's put on some of this venerational music real fast. I'm feeling Congo. I'm feeling Congo drums. I'm feeling them Congo drums right now. What y'all feeling? You feel me? I'm feeling them Congo drums right at me. You feel me? I'm feeling them. What? That's how I'm feeling right now. Because, you know, it's winter time. It's time to get warmed up. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, ha, 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 ha. You feel me? Hey, ha, 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 ha. You feel me? You know? Congo drummed up. I'm feeling them. What up? Peace and love, y'all. We finna have a lot of. So let's activate the ancestors. All right, let's get some Congo drums going on. You feel me? And let's activate the ancestors. We ain't gonna be long on the Congo because you know the Congo have us. What? All right, let's go. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Activate our ancestors real fast. I gotta find the right ones though. You feel me? I want to find the right ones. I don't just want to be in them. You know. But anyway, you know, it's winter time. It's time to, you know, stay warm. You know, I want everybody to get your mind right. Your ancestors are with you right now this winter. They with you all year round, but especially this winter because it's going to be a real different type of timing. A lot of people talking about it's going to be war, but we know the real war is within ourselves. And if you don't know the sacred symbolism, right? If you don't know the sacred symbolism, right? I need to do a quote next week. Oh no, do I need a quote next week? I'll tell you. You feel? I'll tell you, right? If you don't know the sacred symbolism of what's really going on, that means you don't know yourself. So tonight we're gonna open up everything. Let's tell the ancestors though. Let's tell the ancestors. They acting up right now. What's going on? My computer don't never want to act up. As soon as y'all come on here, it want to act up. Because y'all some powerful beings. That's the only reason why it's doing that, because y'all some powerful beings. That's the only reason why it's doing that right now. All right. So let's take 3D breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. All right. 3D breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. Let's go. Again. One more time. I have to cut that boy off and cut it back on. That's it. How you feel? That you doing that right now, doing so much internally, you don't even understand. Like you doing that right there, is breathing. Woo-saw. What? We are. All right, so it's going to be live tonight. Like, the lecture is going to be live. I always touch on this information like at least 5 times a year. Nigga, I don't even know if it be 5 times a year. Nigga, sometimes it might be 7. Sometimes it might be 3, nigga, but I gave it an average of 5, right? I always touch on this information 5 times a year, all right? But this time we're gonna allow the ancestors to come on in and Congo us up. Let's see what we got. Wait. Hold on, bro. We gotta cut this up. Y'all. Y'all ready? We finna cut it. Watch. Tell your ancestors. Let's go. Tell my ancestors. Let's go. Y'all ready? Let's go. Well, it's like they don't like when we come together, boy. We be so fucking powerful. No, damn well y'all was not doing this shit 5 seconds ago. This shit be pissing me off. The fuck? We so fucking powerful. It's like they be scared. They be scared, bro. We be so happy. Commanded to work. It's gonna work regardless. It's just a matter of what they call TIME. Everything is already working in our favor now. Here you go. Now I want y'all to think about y'all ancestors. If you don't know how to do that, you got to start learning how to think about your mother and your father, your grandmother, your grandfather, because that is your ancestors. The ones that you have a connection with, all right? Because this is the #1 way to activate the symbolism, the sacred symbolisms within the mind, all right? Within the mind, within the body, within the soul, all right? So we finna start getting in tune with activating the ancestors, all right? Ashayo, the ancestors of my mother's bloodline. Ashayo, to the ancestors within my father's bloodline. Ashayo, to the ancestors of the maternal bloodline. Ashayo, to the ancestors within my paternal bloodline. Ashayo, to all of the high vibrational ancestors. Ashayo to all of the low vibrational ancestors. Ashayo to all of the ancestors that voted for us to carry this torch. Ashayo, for this body is an altar, and I am the new ancestor. Ashayo, we take this time to venerate our ancestors with the 4 elements of earth, water, fire, air. May the 5th element be ether. May we align our chakras. May we open up the portals within our mind, and may we have access to this higher information, allowing us to understand, understand, overstand, and understand more of who and what we are. With this being said, we send divine thanks to all of the master teachers that came in the form of symbolism. All the master teachers. Ashayo. All right. So, man, I ain't gonna lie, that feels so good. All right, that feels so good, because I'm gonna tell you why. See, you don't have to get caught up in Jesus Christ no more. You can use the same shit that they were trying to teach you with Jesus Christ to understand the symbolism. You don't have to get caught up in Buddha no more. You can use that same principle to understand the symbolism. You don't have to get caught up in Confucius. All right, you don't have to get caught up in these characters, because you know that they are a great representation of symbolism. You just have to be able to understand the symbolism. Put that in the chat group. I must know the symbolism. Yes. Put that in the chat group. I must know the symbolism. That's right. That's right. But before Hermeticism, it was called omnism. All right. Before Hermeticism, it was called omnism. So so that we don't get lost in all of the isms, all right, let's just deal with symbolism. All right, because that's an ism too. Goddamn, all of the isms is how they get your ass with the isms. But you absolutely right. All right. Hermeticisms allow us to understand, or hermeneutics, right? Hermeneutics allows us to understand the different diversities. I must understand the symbolism. All right? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Should I keep them going? Should I keep the congos tuck them a little low? All right, they're still in the background. They're still in the background. All right? So, right? Hermeneutics, not hermits. All right? Not hermits. All right, so first and foremost, you have to understand that heaven, right? Heaven is a state of mind. Heaven and hell is a state of mind. All right, and you got to understand, understand, overstand, and understand why you must know the symbolism of what heaven and hell is. There are beings all over the face of this planet, right, who have tricked you to think that heaven is a place in the sky when you die, or hell is a place in the ground when you go down. And that's not the truth at all. All right? The truth is, you are required to understand how to create your own heaven on earth. Now, if you are anything like me, supernaturally spiritual, it's going to be 1,000,000 times harder for you to understand the wisdom of this, because you are already of this. And you might never knew that. You might thought, damn, it should be easier for me. I'm spiritual. Like, I'm spiritual. It should be easier for me to tap into these principles of, mind science, right? It should be easier for me to understand what I am of. It should be 1,000,000 times easier for me to be able to get my shit together with this shit. No! It's hard for you. All right? It's hard for you. I'm telling you why it's hard for you, because your ass is spiritual already. So when you're trying to learn things about what you already are, that shit bother you. Like, you learning about who you already are from other people that really don't know how to tell you about your damn self. That shit hard. That shit hard to listen to. It's hard to swallow. Like, I already got the sauce to be the boss and the skills to pay the bills, but why is it so hard for me to be that? Why is it so hard for me to do that? Why is it so hard for me to understand that? Well, I'm here to tell you why. Because you already are that. All right? So being that is a little bit more, it's a little bit more strenuous. You know what I'm saying? Trying to do that is a little bit more stepping outside of what you already are, on the inside of you. But you still have to know that you're called to step outside, all right, of what you already are, because you have that power to do it. All right? You have that power to be it. You have that power to understand the over, the in, the as, and the of effect. All right? Over your life, in your life, as your life, and of your life. Over, in, as, of. Put that in the chat group. Over, right, in, as, of. All right? Over, over, in, as, of. All right. Over, right? Things, you have the power of the things over your life. All right. And because you have the power of the things that's going on over your life, you also have that same type of power in your life. All right. And because you have that same type of power in your life, these things begin to operate as your life. And once they begin to operate as your life, you begin to understand what is of your life or what your life is made of. All right. So this is allowing you to be able to understand, right? Understand, overstand, and outerstand. All right. Over, in, as, of. Understand, understand, overstand, and outerstand. All right. Over, in, as, of. All right. Things are happening in your life. All right, but if you don't understand how to understand how to tap into the things that you have over your life, like a lot of you have peace over your life, like for real. But because you don't understand that, you don't move in that. You might move in confusion. You might move in chaos, and it do get difficult. I'm gonna be real with you because we got something called. I want everybody to put Al space G space rhythm. Al, A-L space G space rhythm. You know, my partner Al G Rhythm, he be tripping. All right, now Al G Rhythm really ain't on your damn side. But a lot of times you think your partner Al G Rhythm is on your side. Sometimes you just think Al G Rhythm, you're like, hey, what up? Like, Al G Rhythm in the building. No, this nigga's real name is Algorithm. Right? But they created an all God rhythm. And this AL all God rhythm is not designed to work for you. It's designed to work against you, to box you in. All right. It begins not the law of rhythm. That's different. Not the law of rhythm. That's a universal law. We're talking about algae rhythm. All right. All right. We ain't talking about the universal algorithm. We're talking about algae rhythm, the all God rhythm. And this all God rhythm is created by man to keep everybody and everything on the same accord. This rhythm, all right, this algorithm or RG rhythm is not to express your differences. It's to keep you on the same accord. But we are not all the same. You got to keep that in mind. All right. Although we come from the same source, all right, we have many differences. Our differences allow us to understand where we were at in the last paradigm. Say that again. Put this in the chat group. Our differences allow us to understand where we were at in the last paradigm. Put that in the chat group because we're going to talk about that today. We're going to talk about that today. I thought that was only on social media. Nah. You got universal algorithms too. You got algorithms in everything that you do. You have something called life algorithm, and this is what you call synchronicities. All right. Great, Moses. All right, our differences allow us to understand where we were at in the last paradigm. Straight like that. All right. So before I get to going all over the place, I want y'all to stay with me. I want y'all to get with what we finna talk about, and we can have a lot of great understanding. All right. Some of you guys, some of you are aliens. Some of you are aliens. That's what you are. Some of you. Most of you are aliens. And you have been alienated to think that you're just a human. All right? And if you are an alien and you have come into the power of you understanding that you are an alien, all right? Real talk. Then you're going to be able to start tapping into all of those that know what you are because you know what they are. Now, a lot of these beings don't want to accept you as what you are. All right. Now, it don't matter. It don't matter. We know what we are, and this is what makes you different. You have no reason to hide who you are. All right. You have no reason to hide what you are, and you are coming into more grips of being able to accept what you already are. Now, listen. You have to understand what type of alien you are. How would you notice if there are millions of different alien advanced civilizations here on the face of the earth posing to be humans? Right? I want everybody to put, I understand by my culture. Put that in the chat group. I understand by my culture. All right. Yes. All right. There are some things. All right. Yes, there are water aliens. Yes, there are water aliens. Yes, sir. All right. There are things, right? It just means originating, existing, or occurring outside of the earth or its atmosphere. Yes. Yes. And also in the earth. All right. In the core of the earth. All right. So this is how we are able to understand, right, what level of alien we are, what civilization of alien we are. Every supernatural being has an intricate way of expressing itself through its culture. Another word for culture is called spiritual practices. All right. Another word for culture is called spiritual practices. If you look at the root word in culture, what do you get? Don't let nobody lie to you. If you look at the root word in culture, what word do you have? All right. If you look at the root word in culture, what word do you see? I'm waiting on y'all. Oh, she's in a. Oh, he's in a. Oh, they're in a. Oh, I'm waiting on y'all to put it in the comments. When you look at the root word in culture, what word do you see? All right, y'all. What are the first 4 letters in the word culture? What are the first 4 letters in the word culture? Maybe it's taking slow. Maybe it's taking so much time for y'all to catch on to what I'm saying. Y'all put it in, damn, it ain't popped up not one time. That's crazy that it ain't popped up. That's crazy. I guess you can't even type that word online. If y'all are typing that word, it's not letting it come up for some reason. That's how powerful this live is. Somebody say I wrote it twice. Okay, all right. I put it twice. It must be a trigger word. Wow. Okay, so now y'all see how powerful we are. Y'all see how powerful we are. All right, manifest. I want everybody to do it like manifest did. So I'll space it out. Let me pin that. So yes, y'all. If you are in, what up, manifest 222? If you understand, all right, your culture, which is another word for spiritual practices, the very first thing you begin to analyze is your cult. Oh, she's in a cult. You fucking right, I'm in a cult. He's in of a cult. Yeah. This is where we got the word agriculture from. This is how we understood horticulture, agriculture, how to cultivate the land. All right. Or the occult information. See, now you starting to realize and understand, understand what you really are, where you really came from, why you different, why you're interested in the things that you're interested in too, because 9 times out of 9, your ass understand who your cult and what you are within your cult. Another word that they use for cult right now is tribe. All right. In 2023, in 1990 and 1980s, they was calling it a gang. Oh man, you in a gang. Nigga, that was nothing but tribe. That was nothing but cult. All right. And we have to be able to understand that the very first essence for us to understand who we are as alien, or what civilization of alien that we come from, right, as we're being alienated as human beings, is to understand our what? Our culture, our spiritual practices. Some of y'all have the spiritual practice of creating music. Some of us have the spiritual practices of being in tune with nature, land, water, the elements. Some of y'all have the spiritual practices of being financially literate, wealthy beings, creating generational wealth. Some of y'all have the spiritual practices of dealing with herbs and alchemy and healing and shit. Some of y'all have the spiritual practices of being able to teach the metaphysical principles of what we call religion, the metaphysical principles of what we call science. Some of y'all have the ability to overcome, man-made law because you're so universal. This is a part of your spiritual practice. All right, this is a part of your culture. You have to understand that this is your gift to do so. So, where did things go wrong at? I want everybody to put they got lost in symbolism. This is why the sacred symbolism is so tough. And we're going to go to class tonight. And I really want y'all to be able to understand what your ancestors want you to know. They wanted to break you free from being captivated mentally, right? You want to be free from mental captivity, right? I want everybody to put this in the chat group. I must be free from mental captivity. All right? Yeah, yes, that's right. They got lost in symbolism. They got lost in, that's all it is. What up, Gilbert? They got lost in symbolism. That's all it was. That's right. They got lost in symbolism. That's what happened. Right? That's right. What up, Staylor? Staylor? Right. I must be free from mental captivity. That's right. That's right. The only way to free yourself is to know what the symbolism truly means. Because, right, if I show you a symbol like this, right, you may think that that's something good, right? You may think that that's something real, but it ain't. It's the open circuit. You see that open? You see that thumb open? Y'all see that thumb open? This means that this circuit is open. This is not a good symbol. Once I connect or close the circuit symbol, this means that I'm not leaving anything open, right? I'm closing it. I'm connected, right? I'm not trying to leave a little open circuit for you not to be connected. All right, so we got to start understanding the symbolism. What up, No Average Barmaid?
Hey, what's up? That was an important, I guess, message you just sent out. How do you know when you're free from mental captivity? That's my biggest concern.
Right. So before I said that, I had we all put in the chat group that, right, we got lost in symbolism. So not being able to understand, great question, not being able to understand the symbols and the signs of, right, what is, will definitely put us in the stage of not knowing. All right. And we have to go to the last paradigm. I want everybody to put the last paradigm. All right. Because we are now in a paradigm shift. And because we are now in a paradigm shift, we have to, Sean the One. What up, Sean the One? Right? We have to, what up, family? Right? We have to understand the last paradigm. Now we are in a paradigm shift. And because we are in the paradigm shift, the only ones who will be able to understand the true shift of this paradigm is those who can symbolically, right, understand what the symbols truly mean and represent in the last paradigm. Let me say that again. Those who have the ability to understand what's really taking place spiritually in this shift are those who have the ability to understand what the symbols truly mean and represent in the last paradigm. All right, so let's show some examples. Great question, though, Average Barmaid. Let's go to class. All right, let's show some examples. All right, let's show some examples of what we mean. All right, because those who have the ability to see, all right, the representation and know the accurate meaning of things in the last paradigm will have the ability to shift. So how many of y'all have heard of, all right, Allah? How many of y'all have heard of Allah? If you have heard of Allah, put me in the chat group. A-L-L-A-H, Allah, right? How many of y'all heard of Allah, right? Allah, to a lot of people, is just a word. Am I right? And that word to a lot of people means what? God. Am I right? Most people would say Allah means God. Am I right? Or am I right? The word Allah to a lot of people is just a word that means God. 90% of the people are not looking at Allah as a symbol. Am I right or am I right? So when we hear the word Allah today, we are not thinking as Allah as a symbol. We're thinking as Allah as a word which means or represents what? God. But what if I told you that Allah was a symbol, like my guy 93 Ninja just said, right? Then we would have to say, well, how was our ancestors in the last paradigm looking at the word Allah, right? And we would have to go here. All right, we would have to go here. Let me get out the way. As you can see here, Allah is a symbol, the Alpha. All right. Allah represents what? Arm, leg, leg, arm, head. Do you see that? So it's a symbol. I stretch my two legs out, I stretch my two arms out, and that is Allah. Right? God, body, Allahi, man, Allahu, womb man, together Allahumma, or Elohim, or Allah, or Alpha Omega, beginning and ending, or Alom, or Alim, meaning the universe, or an all-knowing. Let me say that again. Arm, leg, arm, head. Arm, leg, arm, supreme head, or Allahi is man. Allahu is the womb man. Together is Allahumma, which is the Elohim or Elohim, or the Alpha Omega, the beginning and ending, or Alom, Alim, meaning the universe or an all-knowing. Do you see the divine masculine and feminine principles coming together, allowing you to be and understand, overstand, and understand the symbolism of Allah, not the word. Not the word that most people think that it means God. It does mean God body, God man body, God woman body, right? God supreme body, God universal body, all right? Once you are able to understand that it has 5 points, you begin to say, well, damn, does it also mean star body? Yes, because you are a star seed. And a star has 5 points. When you draw a star on paper, the symbolism of a star that we draw, it naturally has what? 5 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or a star seed or a star body, starlight, Allah. All right, because you are a star, all right, that has fell down in the seed of the all-knowing supreme man or the womb man. Keep that in mind. See, they got your ass when they just made you think Allah was a word that just meant God. It has separated you outside of yourself. Right? Am I right? But what if I told you that you weren't supposed to be separated outside yourself with the thought of Allah? What if I told you that your ass was Allah, the symbol of Allah in reality, in real time? Then you would take it differently. You'd be like, well, damn, I don't give a fuck about what the Muslims say about Allah, because I am Allah. Once I stretch my arms out and stretch my legs out, I am the symbol of Allah. So because I did not get lost in symbolism, I am truly able to understand in the last paradigm the representation of what is and the true etymology or the seed of the origin of what is today. Therefore, I can't get lost in that bullshit religious ass translation. Real talk. All right, let's keep it moving for those who don't really understand what I'm saying. How many of you guys have heard of a pine cone? How many of you guys have heard of? All right, I know. We got pine trees. Sometimes there'll be a season you'll see pine cones on trees, right? You got pine cones everywhere. You feel me? You like, damn, pine cone here, pine cone there, pine cone everywhere. All right. But what is the symbolism of a pine cone? Right? Gilbert's pineal gland. Right? And you couldn't be more than right, Mr. Gilbert. See, we got to understand, in the last paradigm, our ancestors venerated pine cones because the pine cone represented your pineal gland. If you look at the coordinates of both of these pine cones, all right, you will be able to see that both of these pine cones are in tune with representing the pineal gland. Now, I want everybody to put, right, the open pine cone, the open or closed pine cone, the open or closed pine cone. Because now you need to understand, if the pine cone was closed, it represented that your third eye was closed. If the pine cone was open, it represented that you had an open eye or the open pineal gland. You see what I'm saying? But if you don't know anything about a pine cone, then you just gonna get lost in translation. All right? You just gonna get lost in translation or lost in symbolism. All right? See, the pine cone was venerated in every country almost. even over here in the United States of America. Not just right in Assyria, also in the Olmec or Mexico. Okay, you see, Rome, India, petrified, Sumerian, right, Assyria, all of these guys venerated the pine cone because the pine cone was symbolic to your pineal gland. That's why they have the pine cone at the top of the staff of Osiris, or what we know as the Kundalini rising. All right. That's why the two serpents are going up to the pineal gland or the pine cone. That's
So
why
why
in the
are they
ancient
only
Indian,
coming out in fall? That's my only confusion with pine cones. Of course they should be significant, but why do we only see them in the fall? I guess that might just be for me here in DC.
no, that's seasonal. That's the season. What we're talking about is the symbolism of the pine cone, not just the pine cone when you see them. You have to understand what was venerated and why the pine cone is a sacred symbol, right? So it's their season. So what you're talking about is the season when you see them the most. All right. But what we're talking about is you being able to understand why they are so sacred and why we should understand the symbolism of a pine cone, right?
Definitely.
So if you look here at that picture and you see that man up there, his hair is of a pine cone on his whole entire head, right? But that is showing us and symbolizing the pineal gland is open. All right. Now, at Christmas time, all right, what type of tree do you get for your Christmas? That's a pine tree.
Very true.
And when you get that pine tree from the Christmas tree, Christmas lights. Those Christmas lights that we're wrapping around the tree is symbology to what? The Kundalini energy lighting you up, going all the way to the top of the pine.
Pines, yep.
And the top of the pine is it's a star at the top. So when you wrap the lights around the tree, it's symbolic to the symbol that you see here with these snakes wrapping around your spine. So we can't get lost in this sacred symbolism. That's why they worship Christmas, not because of they're trying to be pagan. No, there are some beings who don't want your ass to know who you were in the last paradigm, right? These damn people at the bottom, the 0.1%, right? We truly fighting for it. But that's why you see the ancient Anunnakian, all right, or what we call the Sumerians. That's why you see in his hand pine cones, all right, in ancient Sumer. All right, now there are some people that call Popepets, popets, which are popets have a lot of puppets. These popets didn't want you to know the sacred symbolism. They didn't want you to be activated because once you knew the sacred symbolism of who you are, you would activate your what? Your pineal gland. And that's also what we call third eye activation. But what I'm showing you is, all right, that in every ancient culture we had these teachings, such as the Medusa, all right, such as the Medusa head. All right. Medusa head, most people think that that was some evil, but that is representing is the septenary. I want everybody to put Septemary, septen, septenary. I'm sorry, y'all. Septenary. I said septenary. Septenary teachings. So in Mexico, you see them having 7 heads. All right, septenary, the 7 heads. In Judaism, the 7 lampstands. In Thailand, the 7 heads. All right. In Russia, the 7 alien heads. All right. In India, Medusa, the 7 heads. In Cambodia, in Greek, all right. In Christianity, you have what? The 7 dragons. These are the septenary teachings of the constitution of man, or the 7-headed dragon, the 7-headed beast, the 7-headed serpents. They're just talking about the 7 chakras, or the 7 lampstands, or the 7 lights, or the 7 different phases, while we have 7 continents on the face of the planet Earth, while we have the 7 seas on the face of the planet Earth. All right, why we represent the 7 planets or the 7 days a week. This is also known as September. And September is equated as 7, right? It is not really the 9th month like most people think. September is the 7th house. All right. Very important that we understand the symbology of these things, and it's allowing us to understand more of who we are. Now, Why am I bringing all this information to y'all? Why am
I
I
don't mean
presenting
to
all
cut
this
you off,
information?
Keenan, but Saturday or Sunday, which would be the seventh house in your opinion? When we talk about the days of the week, would it be Saturday or Sunday?
Would be Saturday. Saturday is the seventh planet. Saturday is Saturn day. All right.
Okay.
So Sunday is the first day. It's the day of the sun.
Mm-hmm.
All
Mm-hmm.
right. Sunday is the first day. All right. So most people that are in the religious culture of what we call um um Hebrew Israelites, or they believe, they use this word called Shabbat.
Mm-hmm.
Shabbath. Shabbat, which is another word for the Sabbath day. The word Shabbat, or the Sabbath day, is equivalent to the seventh day, where they say that they get rest on. That day is going to be on a Saturday, not a Sunday. The reason why in the religious, right, dogma and the religious doctrines that most people go to church on a Sunday is because the pagans, right, cannot worship the sun in spirit and in truth. They can only worship the sun, all right, under the house of what we call a church, because they cannot receive the proper sunlight. They cannot receive the photonic energy as we can. All right. They're not made to receive as much as sunlight as the children of the sun. That's right. Chris United. I mean, Chris Untitled. All right. So this is very, very great question that you're able to understand that. All right. This is why they switched it to the Sunday, because they represented the sun disk God. All right. The sun disk God. And they have a God called Sin, and Sin was the moon. All right. Was the moon God. That's what the word sin is. All right. We hold the true Ka. How many of y'all heard Merkaba? We hold the true Ka. When you hear the word Ka and the word Merkaba, Ka represents the word spirit, essence, nature of life, from the power of our hands and arms and actions, or what we call in deeds. Okay? So when we use the word Ka, right, the Most High breathes Ka, or spirit, or life into us. All right? Energy. We hold the most Ka. All right? Now, you may see some people worshiping a bull, a cow, but the bull and the cow represents the constellation of Taurus, which would be the neck. All right, stubbornness. All right, strength, strong neck. All right, fertility, power of action in the world, and to create from consciousness, the self, the soul, the spirit, the essence, etc. So we have the most Ka. In other words, we have real spirituality. All right. And this is also mortality to us. I mean, morality to us. All right. Your spirit, your soul, yourself, your character is defined by what you do with what you know about the reality and self consciousness, your behavior reflecting who you are. This is why a lot of y'all on a journey of finding out what you really are. Listen, I'm finna say this. Everybody will know what God is, but you don't even know you don't even know who you are. You was on your whole journey. God, this, God, that, God. You don't even know God, because you don't even know yourself. How can you be journey about you trying to discover out who God is, and you ain't even have the power of self-discovery? You don't understand the symbolism of what is being displayed. You still running around this boy looking at mere words, and you can't even put meaning to mere words. So you get lost in translation by definition, because you don't understand the seed or the essence of the origin or the symbol of what is, which means you won't even know yourself until you begin to say, hold up, I must understand the God in me. I want everybody to put the God in me. Put that in the chat group. The God in me is the only God you need to be trying to discover first. Put that in the chat group. The God in me is the God you ought to be trying to search for and discover about. That is the God that you are destined to discover. That is the God that you are required to discover. All other gods outside of you, you don't even need to be trying to see about them. You don't need to be trying to learn nothing about them gods, because the only God you need to be trying to discover is the God within thyself, within thy own soul, to be true. Okay? And this is what makes you more powerful. More powerful. Because the very first thing you're going to be able to realize within the God in you is that That is the God of your mind, the God of your body, and the God of your soul. Let me say that again. That is the God of your mind, the God of your body, and the God of your soul. Let me look at it like this. Mind, body, and soul could be equivalated as heaven, earth, and hell. Put that in the chat group. Mind, body, soul equals heaven, earth, hell. Mind, body, soul equals heaven, earth, hell. But you don't know anything about the God within you. So how do you know anything about what your heaven and what your earth and what your hell represents inside of the God in you? For instance, your heaven is here. Your earth is here, the fruit, and that's your hell, the bottomless pit. Mind, body, and soul, or heaven, earth, and hell, has a three trilateral effect of who you are. Now we're talking physiological nature and biology within the God within you. So you have mind, body, soul. Or you have mind, body, and soul, or heaven, earth, and hell. Now listen, right? Over, in, as, and of. Hell is just the bottomless pit. That is known as your ENTERIC brain. Put that in the chat group. My ENTERIC brain. Put that in the chat group. My ENTERIC brain. My enteric brain. That's what you call hell. What up, Southern Witch Doctor?
I'm not
Oh,
gonna lie, I'm taking screenshots over here because I'm definitely gonna have to look some stuff up later because this is a whole lesson here. I'll be the first one to admit.
already. All right. So my ENTERIC brain, enteric brain. Your enteric brain is known as your gut. This is first. What you don't know is this is the first brain that is formed in your body. It is the largest organ in your body, and it's the first. So before you had your cardiac brain and before you had your cephalic brain, the first brain that you developed in your entire body was hell. All right? The bottomless pit. Now you starting to see what's going on, right? Now you starting to see that when they say, oh, you going to hell. Yep. I want you to understand that every time you eat some food, whatever you put in your mouth, whatever you eat, is going straight to hell. Right? Whatever you put in your body has to be filtered. And where does it filter through? The bottomless pit. Hell. My enteric brain. The second brain, well, let's talk about this. Your enteric brain has 100 million neurons. Put that in the chat group. My gut brain equals 100 million neurons. You got to understand that it has a mind of its own. Every brain has a mind of its own. Every brain has a mind of its own. All right, y'all need to be putting these notes in the chat group. We on the scholastic level, all right, of understanding the God within us. All right. So my gut brain or my enteric brain has 100 million neurons, which means it has its own neurological system. It does not really truly need the other brains to filter the information out. It just uses the other brains to transfer. All right. This is the first brain that you ever had in your entire body. All right, was hell. Then guess what? The next brain you had is called your cephalic brain. All right, I want everybody to put my CEPHALIC brain. CEPHALIC brain. That's this one. So this brain and this brain are connected. That's why a lot of people always talk about heaven and hell. That's why a lot of people always talk about heaven and hell. That's why a lot of people always talk about heaven and hell because they connected. This brain was first, then it automatically created a way to go straight to your cephalic brain. Now, every brain has a mind of its own. This cephalic brain, all right, has 100 billion neurons. All right, so you can put cephalic brain, 100 billion neurons. All right, cephalic brain, 100 billion neurons. Now, before we get too lost in our sauce, we have to start learning how to understand the symbolism of the God within me. Put this in the chat group, y'all. I must understand the symbolism of the God within me.
Yes.
Understand that first. Because now you're going to be like, oh my God. So you mean to tell me that the whole time they were talking about this God, this Savior, that it was always talking about the God within me? Correcto. That's exactly what I'm expressing. All right. And I think that we ought to be more aware of that divine power within us. Let me get my charger. All right. What we're finna do next, we're gonna look at some of these symbols in the cephalic brain, and then we're gonna talk about the symbolism and the etymology of what they mean so that we can properly understand more of what we are or more of the God within us. Is that okay with y'all? Let me get my charger. Let me get my charger.
Absolutely. Cephalic brain symbol.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. Get my charger. Right. Give me a moment. We'll just use this one for right now. Okay. Very important, y'all. Very important. Give me a
What's wild
moment.
though, Keenan, is this might make you laugh. I used to work at a place called Club Heaven and Hell. So hell would be the basement part. And a lot of times they would do reggae nights down there. They would have the part of, I guess, the world that was in the middle and then heaven upstairs. And that specific club always had me like, this is quite a breakup. But they called it heaven and hell for a reason.
Yeah.
They always thought it's hell
Yeah.
up top, at the bottom, and heaven up top. And then in the middle, you had purgatory, I guess, whatever they called it for, Earth. It was just wild to me. But that was one of the most interesting clubs I ever worked at.
Manifest 222 said, was that an ATL?
No, it was in D.C. Club Heaven and Hell.
Was that
Like, I
club
knew
in
the owner.
ATL? Oh, the watch. Yeah, yeah, that's crazy though. That mean that they knew some symbolism. They understood some stuff,
Hmm. The
right?
owner was really
Whoever the owner
cool.
was, the owner, understood the symbolism. That's amazing. Yeah, that's cool. All right. All right. So now that we understand, all right, my enteric brain, the gut, and my cephalic brain, right? Let's identify, all right, the symbolisms of the God within us, within me. All right. Let's put this in the chat group one more time. I must understand the symbolism of the God in me. Put that in the chat group. I must understand the symbolism of the God in me. Put that in the chat group. All right, put that in the chat group. All right, I'm gonna make it make sense. I'm gonna make it make sense so you can understand that you will never be able to get lost in the sauce, all right, of what we call symbolism. And we're not worried about any of the symbolism that's outside of ourselves. Hey, baby girl. Hey, what's up, Eternal Goddess? Um,
Peace and love.
Hey, Queen.
I hope you having a divine night.
Hello. I am.
Already. So, all right, we got that. What up, what up, what up, son? What up, Summer Love? All right, we got that. So I want everybody to look at This right here, you see that? Y'all see right here with my finger at? You see the brown part? See that? Do y'all see that brown part? If y'all can clearly see that brown part right there, say yes.
Mercury seat
Right?
or Mercy's
No,
seat, right?
not the throne. Not the throne yet.
The
The
brown,
brown part.
yeah.
All right. It says the mercy seat. All right. It says the land of milk and honey. All right. Y'all see that? Now, I'm going to show you what it means. If you go to any other ancient culture in Hindu, that brown part from the ventral view, right, looks like this. From a ventral view, that's that brown part right here. You see it? Some people says it looks like a moth, but in other cultures they make it to this god called Ganesha. All right, you see it? Do y'all see right here and look right here? See that? The ears. Whoop, you see that? Okay, so let's talk about what it means. That's a symbol, that's a god. Okay. The ventral view of the brain seen from underneath shows the clear correspondence between Ganesha and the pons, medulla and the cerebellum. So now you begin to understand. All right, we're talking about the cephalic brain. Okay, the face of Ganesh, that's the god, Ganesh, corresponds to the pons. The medulla represents the trunk of Ganesh. You see the trunk, that's called the medulla. Okay, the roots of the trigeminal nerves represent the eyes of Ganesh. You see the eyes, all right? Y'all paying attention? And a group of nerves at the pons represents the tusk of Ganesh. The cerebellum constitutes the ears of Ganesh. Y'all see the ears, all right? These structures not only look like Ganesh, but their functions in human physiology correspond to the functions and activities ascribed to Ganesh. All
Hence
right.
the
Now,
medulla
if you
oblongata. A lot of people talk about medulla oblongata, and I've heard that before. The medulla oblongata in like science classes and whatnot, right?
right, right, that's connected to the back of the brain, which would be the lizard brain or the reptilian brain. But what we're able to understand is how ancient cultures will use a god, and they're not worshiping a god outside of themselves. They are trying to allow us to understand certain functionalities of the god within us. Right? So now you're like, damn, he right. I see the picture look just clear. All right, we can go somewhere else and correspondence. All right, as you can see, that's Ganesh again. All right, it's the correspondence of the pons, the medulla, and the cerebellum. So it's targeting a certain what? It's targeting a certain of our cephalic brain. All right, most of our ancestors dealt with the cephalic brain. All right, now let's go and let's look at the throne of God. I want everybody to put the throne of God. The throne of God. If you guys haven't heard of the 12 disciples, all right, the 12 disciples was also symbolic to our what? Cephalic brain. So if you look at the 12 cranial nerves that we have, you're able to see somebody sitting on, all right, look at that guy that's sitting on top of Ganesha. Y'all see that guy that's sitting, y'all see that guy that's sitting now? He right here. Let me show you. Let me show y'all. All right, this is our whole journey, y'all. This is what we're supposed to be doing for the entirety of our life, is understanding the God within us, right? This whole guy right here. At first, we were just looking at this part right here, right? Now we're looking at this part from here all the way down in the circle. This guy is Jesus Christ sitting on his own throne. But you know Jesus is that's a part of your brain, and he has how many disciples? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 cranial nerves. Now, these 12 cranial nerves are the agreeable. You also have 12 other cranial nerves, which is known as the 24 cranial nerves, which is also known as the 24 elders. All right, so we got to keep that in mind and keep that in motion so that we can be able to understand what's really going on here. All right, so hold on, let me get out your way. Can't see. All right, how many of y'all can see right here? That guy sitting on his throne. If you can see that guy sitting down on his own throne, let me know. Let me show you what it would look like if we was able to, what up, Light Warrior? If we was able to have a greater pictograph. All right, let's go. Boom. You see? The same picture, but in a different way. you have some people that drew pictures like this that was just symbolizing the God within us. You see that man in the middle, right? On one side of the brain, the God within us. You see that man in the middle, right? On one side of the brain, the God within us. You see that man in the middle, right? Gotta come back in. The God within us. You see that man in the middle, right? Gotta come back in. Come back in, like warrior. What up, Gilbert? What up, Gilbert?
Oh, hey, hello.
Hey, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So what we're seeing right now is a pictograph of how they utilize, all right, artwork to express things that we are of once we have certain functionalities activated inside of our awareness or inside of our bodies, our biological and physiological nature, allowing us to be able to really understand how to activate or discover the God within us. All right, that's what this is. So let's go look at how this would look like if I was to create a symbol. I want everybody to put this part is the brainstem. I want everybody to put this part as the brainstem. So look, the guy sitting right here in the middle is the brainstem. Put that in the chat group. So now we learned about the medulla, the pons, and the cerebellum, and now we're learning about the brainstem in our cephalic brain. All right. Now let's look at the brainstem and let's see what the brainstem is of. Let's see what the brainstem is all about, so forth and so on. All right. Very interesting. Very interesting. So in ancient Egypt, they created artwork or sculptures of the throne god. And that's the brainstem right there. You see it? You have the brainstem, and this ancient artifact that you see to the right side is the guy sitting on his own throne, which means that you have this same ability to come before thy own throne and sit on your own throne. You don't have to sit at the right hand of God when you are God. All right. When you are able to sit on your own throne, you begin to get up and say, you know what? I can come to my own throne. I want everybody to put, I must sit on thy own throne, the seat of thy consciousness. Put that in the chat group. I must sit on my own throne, the seat of my consciousness. All right. I must sit on my own throne, the seat of my consciousness. Woo!
Hey bro,
Woo!
what's up?
What's up, Light Warrior?
Bro, this information you're telling, I feel like million people, not 83 people, you know? I will say million people should be here and hear this. This is a real in the real.
Yeah,
Seriously. I'm gonna sit in my own throne before anyone else sit, you know? Anyone
yeah,
else control me. That's
yeah.
exactly what I want to hear, bro. Ashe.
I say yo. I say yo. Yeah, yeah. Appreciate that. So yeah, once we begin to understand that we're able to sit on our own throne and sit on our own seat of consciousness, we begin to realize why it's so powerful. Now, the brainstem was also symbolic to how we looked at the crucifixion. All right, because if we go here, right, you can see this symbolism. I know you can't see the ancient Egyptian symbolism over there, but the brainstem was also known as the spirit in the sky. All right, and as you can look at the brainstem, you see the pineal gland there. You know, the third ventricle represents the serpent. The pineal gland was the sun disk and the serpent head. The thalamus gland was the headdress. The chorioid plexus was known as the eye of Horus, and the cerebellar Penducus was known as the crook and fall. So we got to remember that this is also how they said that Christ was crucified. Look, if you look at the puns right there in the middle, right there in the middle, they're talking about Christ got crucified at Golgotha. All right, the place in the skull. All right, this is where the cross overlapped onto the midbrain. We're still talking about the God within us. It's not anything outside of us. All right. We're still talking about this is when we begin to understand that we must sit on our own throne and resurrect. This is all it's about. All right. So we're not getting lost in our translation here. All right. Even when we talk about the circle of Willis, I want everybody to put the circle of Willis. All right. Willis is an artery. that's known in our brain. And let me show you here. If you look to the right side right there, Willis, you see it to the right? That's our artery. He represents all of the major arteries inside of our cephalic brain. Okay. All right. Every brain has a mind of its own. The circle of Willis. All right. Now, he represents the Ankh. All right. And we know the Ankh represents a conglomerate of things. So if you come right in the middle here, you see the circle of Willis. He's right there. Look at him. All right. That's also another representation of the crucifixion or sitting on your own throne and being able to understand who is entitled to spread their wings and spread their roots to the tree of life in heaven, which is he creates all of the branches. You see all of the arteries in the brain from Willis, they spread out from north, east, south, and west. Very important that we understand how we should not get lost in the symbolism anymore. What these guys are afraid of is you being able to know more of the truth about the God within you. Once you know the truth about the God within you, it's going to be harder for things to control you or to dictate your moods and your emotions, because now you're saying, hold on, I am responsible for being in control of my own life. And this is when we have to bring in the cardiac brain. I want everybody to put the cardiac brain. Let's go back here. This is when we have to bring in the cardiac brain. Oh, we call this the fruit. The fruit, we call this earth, but it's known as our heart. So the enteric brain has 100 million neurons. Our cephalic brain has 100 billion neurons, but our cardiac brain only has 40,000 neurons. All right. It only has 40,000 neurons. All right. Now, our cardiac brain is very, very interesting. And I'm going to say this. I want y'all to put this in the chat group. The cardiac brain wields more power than my cephalic brain. My cardiac brain wields more power than my cephalic brain. Uh-oh, we talking. We're talking. And I'm going to tell you why. Your cardiac brain. What up, Tanya Ray?
Uh-oh.
Oh, you didn't mean to come up here?
Nope, sure didn't. I don't even know what happened. But that's all right.
All right, yeah, it's all right. Peace and love.
Yep, love for you.
Yep, thank you. So your cardiac brain is known as your heart brain. All right. And this brain is 50 times, right? 60 times stronger electrically than your cephalic brain, but it's 5,000 times stronger magnetically, all right, than your cephalic brain. So although your enteric brain and your cephalic brain yields more neurons than your cardiac brain, when we're dealing with the charge, when we're dealing with the power of our cephalic brain, it holds more power. All right, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because your cardiac brain is more in tune with living in the present moment. Your cardiac brain don't have to think and process and scan and analyze. And it don't got a filter. It don't got a filter. All right. All it has to do, all right, is pulsate. Is generate, operate, and dispense. G-O-D. Generate energy, operate in that energy, and dispense. That's all it does. All right. Right. So the heart, right, the heart only knows, and it knows only as it only knows. The heart is in the present moment. But if you ask any scholar, any theologian, all right, any scholastic person that understands theology or spirituality, they would tell you that in every religious book, every religious text, the object is to bring heaven on what, y'all? Fill in the blank. Is to bring heaven on what? Fill in the blank. Is to bring heaven on what? Woo! On what as it is and what? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. On what as it is and what? Okay. Right? Heaven on earth as it is in heaven. So this is symbolic to us. We have heart brain coherence. I want everybody to put that in the chat group. Brain coherence.
That was part of a whole prayer, what
Woo.
he just said. I don't even think people know.
Yep. Yep. That's our motive. You're not supposed to wait until you put this in the, put this in the chat group. I'm supposed to wait until I die to go to heaven. When you have the opportunity and the ability to bring heaven on earth right now. Most people get hung up on I'm not going to do anything with faith because I will have heaven when I die. I'm going to just let everything happen to me. I'm going to be a wimp. I'm going to be a whiny, and I'm going to let all the things happen to me. I'm going to go to heaven when I die. You won't have no more heaven when you die than you have it right here, right now. You won't have no more heaven when you die than what you have here right now. The objective is for you to bring heaven on earth and enjoy on earth as it is in heaven. Whatever you have here is what you have here. Whatever you have in your heart is the things you're going to be dealing with in your mind. And if you're not in coherence, you will have conflict with these things. I hope somebody paying attention to what I'm trying to tell you right now.
Amen.
Once properly. What you say?
I say amen because that is just the truth as to what you just said.
Yes, yes. Once you have heart-brain coherence, you're able to send the right shit to hell. You don't filter whatever needs to be filtered out of your system, out of your life. Parasitical, toxic, low vibrational things straight from the bottomless pit. It right back. Woo! Woo! I'm talking some high vibrational information. What if I told you that you have the power to do this right here, right now? You don't have to wait till you die to bring heaven on earth. And this is why you must, all right, this is why you must understand that it's your divine obligation to do exceedingly abundantly above all that you even ask to think within yourself. You have a divine purpose. You have a divine purpose. And once you do this, you will begin to realize that you are always the captain of your own ship and the master of your own fate. You will begin to realize that you are the co-creator of thine own reality. You will begin to realize and recognize that your only mission is to understand the God in you. So if I'm looking at another God, it has to symbolically reflect or represent something that's going on within me. All right? All right? Can somebody say Ashe? I want everybody to put A-S-E, Ashe in the chat group. I want everybody to put Ashe in the chat group. Let's talk about Ashe. All right, let's talk about Ashe. I want everybody to put Ashe in the chat group. Ashe.
Okay.
Let me get out the way so we can read together. Ashe. All right, let me tell y'all what that represents for y'all who don't understand what that means. All right. Ashe is an ancient African philosophical concept. All right. It is the divine force, energy, and power. All right. Incarnate in the world and is the power behind all things in the universe. It enables people to find balance in life. A person who throughout training experience and initiation learns how to use the essential life force, all right, of things to willfully affect change. I want everybody to put, I have been initiated to willfully accept change. Affect change. I have been initiated to willfully effect change. Put that in the chat group. I have been initiated to willfully effect change. That's it. That's it. E-F-F-E-C-T. Effected. Not affected, effected. All right? Like the cause and effect. I have been initiated to willfully effect change. All right? Now, this divine initiation is universal. First and foremost, you have to understand that. You have been initiated by the universe. And sometimes this initiation don't always feel comfortable because you don't always feel like you're worthy. You don't always feel like you're worthy. all of the responsibilities that life has thrown you. But I'm here to tell you that that's a lie. Finish right, because you can handle it. In fact, you've been called to handle it. In fact, you have been initiated. And because you've been initiated, you have the power to use your will. And your willpower will bring an effect if you continue to know that you have been called, voted upon to do so. All right? You can do it. I know there are a lot of things you want to do right now. I know that there are things beyond what people can see right now. All right? Because you've been accessing your heaven. All right, and you have to understand that heaven is the unseeable, the realm that people cannot see with the naked eye. When you talk about heaven, they think something different, but we're talking about the mind's eye, a place where you're able to see things and create the formless void of things, or the formless things in your mind that you cannot see and nobody can see. But what you're understanding is that you are creating a form to the formless. All right, I want everybody to put, all right, heaven is the formless self-awareness of thy mind. Heaven is the formless self-awareness of thy mind. Heaven is the formless self-awareness of thy mind. This is why when you have been initiated to make change, you are to bring form to the formless. This is why you got to start using your visualization and start creating a form. This is why you got to start working on yourself, right? And bringing heaven on the earth, because you're dealing with the unseen, the formless, something that is without form. And because it's without form, although you're self-aware, your job is to bring form to the formless. All right? Very powerful. Very powerful. Shout out to Reverend Ike for that good information. I picked it up from one of my great ancestors. All right? So when we say Ashe, all right, generally is defined as the power to make things happen, and also refers to the spiritual life force that flows through things. Ashe can also be used to express agreement. I want everybody to put, I agree with my initiation. I agree with my initiation. I want everybody to put that in the chat group. Saying Ashe can be like saying right on. All right. Also, it's a way of saying, so let it be. All right. It is used by the Orisha worshipers in the way, and it means amen. And that's what the Christians would say after a prayer. All right. So when we say Ashe, and I'm going to tell you what it really means. All right. Ashe simply means, and the universe declares it. And the universe declares it to be so. That's what Ashe means. Amen. So be it, Ashe, and the universe declares it to be so. The universe is now agreeing with me. See, sometimes you got to get out of the stage of thinking that you are in agreement with the universe, and you got to get into the stage of understanding the universe is in agreement with me. Why? Because I'm tapping into the God within me. Woo! Woo! Now you have learned how to agree with the God within you. And that is the greatest sacred symbol that all you have to know is that I am God within thyself. God within me is all that I am. I no longer have to separate myself from my initiation. I no longer have to separate myself from the elements. I no longer have to separate myself from anything. I am one with thyself. Man, I hope somebody picking up what we putting down right now. I hope y'all picking up what we putting down right now. This is amazing. You can do it. Okay? You can do it. This is your season to really understand that you have been initiated, called to do greater things than what's being done. Yes, you are in the present moment. Yes, you have to learn how to unlock certain portals and processes of the mind science. Yes, you begin to realize that every brain has a mind of its own. But if you keep your mind fixated and focus on all that you already are, activate that, put the steps and put the work in, everything, I'll repeat, everything that you already are, you shall yield the results of everything that you already are. So the key right now in 2023 is practicality. I want everybody to put, I have to be more practical in 2023. You don't have to worry about being spiritual. You don't have to keep on trying to be spiritual. Learn how to be practical. You are already naturally spiritual. That's in your nature. That's not something you try to be. This is what you are. What you have to learn is how to put this spiritual shit into reality. What you have to learn is how to create a tangible, practical product that is going to be represented by your spirituality. You got to create your own symbols. You have to create your own symbolism. You got to hear what I'm trying to tell you. You have to create your own sacred symbolisms. You got to be able to say, you know what, just like my ancestors in the last paradigm created some shit that we can have here for representation of the God that's within us, I must do the same. Whether if it's a business, a product, or something, I have to do this. Why? Because I'm already spiritual. Because I already have access to the God within me. So all I have to do is bring this out of me and start creating, becoming a co-creator of thy own reality, a procreator of things in the spirit, a co-creator of things in the present, in the physical, a procreator of things in the spirit, a co-creator of things in what, y'all? In the present, in the material, and then a recreator of it all. Procreate, co-create, recreate. All right? Procreate, co-create, recreate. Heaven, earth, hell. Heaven, earth, hell.
Bro,
Whew.
something very quick regarding this. When you said you guys should start practicing, you are naturally, you are a spiritual being already. You are that. You can't change that. Don't tap in too much. So right now we have to train, or we have to exercise, train more law of the universes, right? Like our power. We have to tap in more in our power. How? Using co-creation, by imagination, visualization.
Right.
You guys know 98% of the creation is having a clear, crystal clear image of what you want to create in your mind. In your mind, 98%. You have to imagine what you
True.
want, percent put on the work. You don't
That's
need
right.
to work hard and sweat. Just 2% work for that. What I mean work, I mean go toward that. What you need to do, paperwork, this kind of stuff, or call it or write it down, or just some phone calls, and the rest, don't worry about that. There is a energy, uh, you have to believe this. There is an energy in the universe which it will take care of the rest. Don't worry about
Right.
that. Just you should do the process of the manifestation. That was it I wanted to add. Thank you.
And thank you so much for that, Light Warrior, my brother. Because we have to understand what my brother is absolutely saying. All right. We have to understand what he's really saying. Let me give you a statement to allow you to understand why he is so true. I want everybody to put this in the chat group. I was made in the image of God. I was created in the image of God. Listen now, put that in the chat group. I was created in the image of God. A lot of people would never catch this. Even the theologians never catch this. All right. The word image is also the root word for imagination, a nation of images. A nation of images is our imagination. And we were created in the imagination, the image of nations of God. So when he's talking about being able to utilize our visualization, that is also allowing us to use the nation of images that we have within the mind's eye. As long as we continue to understand, overstand, and understand how to utilize more of our imagination or visualization, the less work that we will have to what? The less work that we will have to put towards it. Now, why is it the less work? Because remember, the cardiac brain, all right, is 50 times electrically stronger than the cephalic brain, and it's also 5,000 times magnetically stronger. So if I use my visualization, I'm able to draw things that are already inside of me, outside of me. I'm able to draw the things that are already inside of me outside of me. I want everybody to put, now I'm able to co-create my own reality. Now I'm able to co-create my own reality. Now I'm able to co-create my own reality. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. All right. All right. Draw the things inside of me, outside of me. We get this word education from the Latin word educe or educo. Educo, educare. All right, the word educo, educare is Latin, and it means to draw out from within. So the next time you hear education or to educe, don't think you got to learn something outside of yourself. The word education comes from the Latin word educo, educare, or to educe or to educate, to draw out from within. Once you're able to draw things out from within you, magnetically, you're drawing things to you that's within you without you. All right. And this is allowing you to be more optional, to say, well, I got this version of me here, that version of me there, that version of me there, that version of me there. And like my subconscious mind, I must be able to pick one as the deck is being shuffled. All right. Your subconscious mind is like a deck of cards. Put that in the chat group. My subconscious mind is like a deck of cards that is being shuffled. This means your subconscious mind is processing 11 billion bits of data per second. Oh my gosh. And if you don't believe me, go look it up. Out of this 11 billion bits of data that your subconscious mind is processing, right, it's only sending 112 bits of data to your consciousness. What is that? That is nothing. Let me say that again. Out of 11 billion bits of data per second, 1 second, it did all of that in 1 second. It's only sending to your conscious mind. This means that your subconscious mind has to shuffle the deck. And whatever, it's like tarot card readings. Your subconscious mind is like a tarot card reader. Whatever card fall out, you know how them tarot card people be doing. They be like, and then when they let whatever, that's how your whatever card fall out, that's what your ass gonna get your reading on, right? It's the truth. It's the truth now. It's the truth. Your subconscious mind is like a tarot card reader. You know, whatever come out, go straight to the conscious. So what we want to do is increase the chances, right, of getting the card that we want. How do we do that? We got to have the whole deck rigged. We got to have nothing but good cards, right? We got to have nothing but good thoughts, nothing but high vibrational thoughts of evolution, love, peace, divine wealth, good health, abundance. That way, the more and more and more and more data that we give to the subconscious mind that's on that frequency, that's what it's going to shuffle. So 90% of the time, it got to be what? A card of good love, good health, high vibrational wealth, energy, family, unity, power, strength, joy, so forth and so on, if I'm making sense. All right? Keep that in mind, family. Keep that in mind. They don't want you to know that you got the power to do that. You have the power to make sure that, hey, whatever card pop out of my subconscious mind, it's going to be a card to my liking. All right.
Question, Keenan. I
What
don't
you
mean
got?
to cut you off, but I was thinking about what you said earlier about the orishas, which they're really big in Cuba, especially among family members of mine. Goddess Yamaya. I'm looking to trying to get some books on her. What did you recommend? And of course, like I said, I want to read up on her because she apparently has a lot of influence on my people anyway. I'll call them my people because family's family, you know?
Right. Yeah. Just go get an Orisha book. You know, and I prefer you to study I think in Cuba, I think you would know it as Yoruba, right?
The Yoruba tribe, yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I think what you would do is to go to the Yoruba culture and just understand the entire Yoruba culture. And once you understand the Yoruba culture, it will allow you to understand once again. And I say this, the God within you, because all of these orishas are just different, functionalities of the God within you. And that's when you want to know who your primary orisha is regarding your primary power. So what I would do is just study the entire Yoruba culture, and whatever sticks out to you will allow you to really understand which orisha you wanna study more. So I would, because you're Cuban, because you understand you're Cuban and things like that. I would just tell you to go look at the whole Yoruba culture for you,
Not
right?
just Yemaya, right?
No, not just Yemaya, not just Yemaya, not just Yemaya. Uh, although that is very powerful, I would start with that. Look up the whole culture, not just Yemaya. All right. And tap into the E5. Tap into the E5. You know
And
what
who are
E5
they?
is, right?
No.
The E5 came from my Orisha.
Mm,
And my Orisha was named Orumila. All
mm,
right, Orumila or Orumila, and he created the E5. He had 16 gourds, and one fell, which Orumila was sent here by Oledumare. Oledumare is like God or the
mm,
head of the arena, and he sent uh Orumila down here before any human was ever created. All right, before any human was ever created, and he was down here. He looked on Earth. He walked on Earth, and he had 16 gourds. All right, and one gourd broke, and it turned into two pieces, which made it three pieces, which made it 18 gourds. All right, and Oledumare instructed him to eat these gourds, and when he ate these gourds, we created something called the Ifa. The Ifa is a book of divinations, which Orumila cannot give you the Ifa. You still got to go to a Babaloa or something of that sort, a high priestess or something of that sort. All right. But Orumila said, Oledumare said, you got to come back up here because we're about to create humans. And before we create these humans, you can't be here. We need you to go back up. All right. What up, Andy? All right. We need you to go back up. So he went back up, and now, he represents the divine wisdom to give to all of the people. All right. But he was here before all humans. So, in other words, my Orisha, Oledumare, was the only Orisha that came down here, right? And all of the other Orishas never came down here in human form.
wow.
All right. So, Ogun, Oshun,
I've
they
heard
are
of
more like
Oshun as
Orisha.
well, yes. But my cousins, they only spoke of mainly Oshun and Yemaya. And I'm like, Yemaya, she was the one that was supposed to be of the sea. As much as I
Yeah,
like
fertility.
water, I think she would have been my Orisha, if anything.
Yeah, fertility goddess. You know what I'm saying? Fertile,
Yes.
water. So but that's still an element, right? So we're still talking about the aspects of elements, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
now you understand that the God within you. So what you would do to understand the God within you is say, well, damn, that also represents my what chakra? My sacral chakra, my sexual energy, right? My fluidity, my sex energy excretion, sacred energy exchange, right? Which we're not talking about sex, we're talking about the fluidity, or what we call the most essence of the creative life force, which is just the fluidity of the sacral chakra, which the sacral chakra is the element of what? Water. You see
Water,
how it all
yes.
works?
Mm-hmm.
So you would then say, well, if I'm dealing with Yemaya, I must first understand how to face my own reflection. Because when you go look at the water is a reflection of you. You see yourself in the water
Mm-hmm.
with my creative energy. So all of these things are always tying back to the gods within us, right? Where we get lost at is when we separate these concepts, when we separate these figures, when we separate these things from us, because we then give these things more power. All right. But if I remember, it's just it's something that's over me, that's in me, that's as me, that's of me. There is no separation, right? So now I'm able to say, no matter how I try to look at this, it's all time back to what's going on within me, as me, of me. over me, watching over me. And this over me is included with what we call orb. All right, ORB. I want everybody that's a part of the Real Nation, of the Real Soul Tribe, let them know what orb means. Put that in the chat group. All right, ORB. Your orb is your oversoul. And your orb is what? ORB. What is our symbology for our orb? If I was to draw a picture of the orb, that's right, Miss Dickles. That's right, Neen G. That's right, Goddess Tiffany. It would represent our overruling body, right? So now I says, wow, right? I understand the symbol of our orb. If we was to create a symbol, a pictograph, we would see me looking over me, but still connected to me because that's my overruling body, my light body. Then I must realize that I am the IT or it of the orb, which is allowing me to orbit around any situation or to orbit away from any situation. All right, which what we call counterclockwise orbiting or clockwise orbiting, right? What's revolving around us as we evolve around it. Very important that we understand what's happening with the power that we have right now. We are no longer coming into a stage of separating ourselves from all that we are. We're being able to connect with ourselves. We're being able to love ourselves. We're being able to enlighten ourselves. And we're also being able to utilize more of our thinking power and to be more practical. All right. It's no longer about us staying spiritual. That's not what this is about. We're always going to be spiritual. We got to find out how to put our spirituality to work. I want everybody to put, I'm working out in the spirit. I'm working it out in spirit. All right. I'm working it out in spirit. You are it. You are it. Right? Or it. I'm working it out in spirit. We don't give a damn about what they looking at in the physical sometimes. You shouldn't care so much about with the shit that they see in the physical sometimes because you're working it out in spirit. I wouldn't give a damn what you see in the physical until I give you something to see in the physical. Until I say, you know what, I finally found something that you can look at. Look at this business over here. I help people with my herbal products. Look at this tangible thing over here. Look at this new herbal shop. Look at, this new CBD business. Look at this new book that I wrote. Look at something. That way you don't got to look at me so much. You can look at the symbol I created, my sacred symbol, and you can understand what that symbol represents. All right? That's what it is. You may be the only book somebody might ever read. Some people will read you like you're the book. All right? Woo, I'm feeling it tonight. I'm feeling it tonight. I want everybody to understand this. Your breakthrough is happening. Do you have Bush King respects? Yes, I do. Let me show you my book that I have. All right. All right. And I'm so glad that you made it plural, because we will go. It will be multiple books, but right now we have this book right here. All right. This book is called The Power of We. Let me get it to where you guys can see it a little bit more. And I know it's backwards on here. All right. I know it's backwards. All right. The Power of We. All right. I wrote it by my hand. I typed it. The Power of We. Unlocking your cosmic energy through the universal principles of nature. Written by me, Kenny Ushard, throwing up the real. Yeah. Throwing up them double R's back there. You see me back there. All right. But we not only have a book, we also have a workbook to go along with the book. All right. All right. We have the workbook that goes right along with the book. All right. This workbook is amazing. And of course, y'all know I be doing my own work. You know what I'm saying? Y'all see the double R, real. Of course, my book is written. It's written and stuff in there because I do the work. We do the work. The book is amazing. Right now, what we're working on is getting this book, all right, in all of the prison systems, right? Because I'm in Texas, and I think these guys need help. A lot of people, don't really know what's going on with themselves. So we're going to create something called a self-help lane where we give them the book, but the self-help is when they do the work. All right. I want to go back to the penitentiaries and let them know that, hey, man, you can tap into your own energy and come out and co-create your own reality. Anything you want to put your mind to, you can do. And that's what we're doing right now. Since Texas have the most prisons in America, I might as well just go ahead and hit them with the go to the prison system and hit the OGs up. Like, look,
Would
OG.
you eventually become a nonprofit doing that?
Yeah, most definitely, and get some government contracts in. Most definitely, that's what I'm into. And if anybody, has any information that can really help me set that up, and we can put some with some and make some, I'm all in, and I would love to appreciate, those resources, and I'm open. I'm open to get more resources so that we can go in here and change lives and let these guys get some self help things that's in tune with them, and it's things like that we never know. Right? What about schools? Yeah, yeah. This book can hit anything. Yeah, this book is about energy. The power of we. Right? Unlocking your cosmic energy through the universal principles of nature. The great Kenny Ushard wrote this book. That's y'all know who that is. Kenny Ushard. Shout out to RealReal. He wrote this book. So I'm so grateful for that. I'm so grateful when the great Kenny Ushard wrote that, and y'all know who that is. Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm gonna start talking like.
To a scared straight program. I hate that title. I do. But a lot of our youth, especially the ones thinking that gang banging, drug dealing, shooting up things. I live in DC, and just about every couple of nights we have a shooting. So for
Yeah.
me, it's just more we need mentors like yourself to be able to be role models, examples. Would you consider bringing something like back for like suburban or city areas?
Most definitely. Neighborhoods, projects, all that. We ain't afraid to go. We ain't afraid to go nowhere with our divine message. In fact, that's who we do it for foundationally. Respects says, where can I buy them at? Great question. You go hit the link in the bio, right? We do have a link in the bio. It's the website www.realreal-soul-tribe.com. That's the website. The link is in the bio. When you go there, you'll be able to go. Let me see. I should have a slide here. You'll be able to go on the website and you'll be able to go right here. Let me see if it'll let me pull that up. I know I got a lot. Yeah. You'll go right here, and as you go right here, it says purchase books on Amazon. Right? You'll click that and it'll take you right to the slide. It'll take you right to Amazon where you're able to purchase the books. All right, we got merchandise. We also deal with consultations. We also have something called Messenger University, allowing you to understand who you are cosmically on a numerical level. All right. Do we have a Discord? We do have a Discord, but it's called Google Chat. So you will have to go to Google Chat and send your email to me, and I'll be able to accept you. Same thing, real tribe on Google Chat. And I think we do have a Discord on top of that. I just got to give the team some things that happen. We got two different Discords. But I just message me directly, Moses, and I'll get with you. But we also have something called UCC. All right. Now the UCC, all right, is your Universal Celestial Code. All right, your Universal Celestial Code. We're not talking about your uniform commercial code yet. We're talking about everything that's happened before that. All right. What we are offering is a way for you to understand who you are celestially. All right. So it's a combination of a bunch of numbers. All right. And a lot of people have heard of like your life path number is more than that. You know what I'm saying? It's more than your life path number. Your life path number is just one code. You got your destiny number, your soul and urge number, you got your life challenge number. You got so many different numbers that you want to learn. And then what we will do once you purchase the PDF version and the worksheet that we have presented for you on the website, what we will do is allow you to run these numbers and show you how to use these numbers. All right. For some reason, I learned how to get greater and greater and greater when I start putting these numbers into my life. Every client that I get, right, it's like I get better and better and better with the clients. We had a client not too long ago who purchased the $250 version because we got two ways to do this. You can click Messenger University and you can purchase it, all right, for $50. Then you can come back and get paid $50 for a consultation, right? So you'll have to do the work on your own. But some people are busy. Some people going to work. Some people got their own stuff going on. They need their numbers. They need their numbers quick, and they want us to do the work. In that case, we're going to charge $250 because it is a lot of work that we have to do, dealing with your birthday, your date of birth, your name, and all of the numerics that's in alignment with your name. And then we got to also come back the next day, explain to you what all of this stuff is. And sometimes it's kind of hard to explain all of that in an hour. All right. Sometimes I'll be needing like an hour and a half, sometimes 2 hours max to explain properly to where you can have a greater understanding of what all this really means. And then on top of that, teach you how to formulate that and put that in your life to where you can start seeing effects immediately. Now, when I did this for myself, I wasn't prepared to know that it was going to change my situation drastically, but it did. All right. When I did it for myself, the very first thing it did was change everything around me. All right. It changed my universal algorithmic flow. All right. It is numerology and astrology. Yes, combined. Dealing with numerology and astrology is also dealing with the cosmology of the numerology and the astrology, because we're still dealing with the cosmology of the numerics, and the astrology is just the coordinates before you came into a natal or an incarnated form. All right, so we're not talking about the numbers that you have, all right, just in your incarnated form. We're also talking about the numbers that you have before. All right, and it's very powerful. All right, it's very, what it done for me changed my situation. It made me understand that being uncomfortable sometimes is the most comfortable thing to be. Being uncomfortable sometimes is the most comfortable thing to be. It allowed me to understand that once you begin to call on your divine angels, all right, your divine angels, you will be able to see divine changes in your life, whether you want to see them or not. It began to allow me to understand that I gotta figure this out, right? And I was so grateful to know that still to this day, I'm seeing dramatic changes in my life. Drastic changes, changes that are necessary for me to evolve and help those that are around me and those that really want to do the work within themselves. This is very important that we start understanding that we have things that are already working for us, in us, as us, through us, by us, so forth and so on. So go get them UCC codes. This is very powerful. Go get the Power of We, the book. It is very powerful. Go schedule the consultations with the Real Soul Tribe family. We are very powerful. We represent Real. That's 2 R's. All right, 2 capital R's. They face each other. They look like a birdie bird. All right, that's how they look like. Let me show y'all what the Real look. What we represent. Y'all, you see those birdie birds that are with the dot? That's our birdie bird. All right. Yes, y'all see that? We represent the hawk and the falcon. It can be a falcon or a hawk. Predominantly, it's a falcon, but we also represent the hawk. And why do I represent the falcon and why do I represent the hawk? Because the falcon, right? You see that, right? Is also symbolic to what, y'all? The pineal gland. All right. You see that with the wings. With the wings. You see? That's why we do what we do. We also represent those things. All right. That's why we do what we do. It's our birdie bird. It's our way of letting us know that when we face our, right, we represent, right, real. We represent, all right, our own pineal gland, creating our own process. All right. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? Right. Yeah. What's so with it? Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. So very amazing that we understand that that's what we represent. Now, R is the 18th letter. All right. I can't make this up. It hit me. All right. R in the alphabet is the 18th letter. 1 plus 8 is 9. 18, 18. 1 plus 8 is 9. 1 plus 8 is 9. 9 plus 9 is 18. 1 plus 8 is 9. So we also represent 9 to the 9th power of 9. For we are 9 ether beings at the same time. And we know that we're 9. All right, so I don't got to sit up here and be like, I'm 9 ether. You just got to understand my RR, my real, my 1818. All right, and this is how this is what we got going on. All right, and this is how we should. With that being said, y'all, we finna get ready to go. All right. May peace, love, and light continue to let you vibrate high. You know what I'm saying? To the sky, that you can always remain a truth and never a lie. We call upon our ancestors right now. That's allowing us to be more active. All right, allowing us to be more in tune. My B-Day 918. Shaking my head. LOL. Damn, Eternal Goddess, that shit crazy. Eternal Goddess, I don't know what to say about that. That was a what? That was a sign. But it is what it is. What can we say? She so many times. But um, with that being said, we activate all of the power within us. What the hell is this? Oh, y'all see what that is? Y'all see what's going on?
Just passed on 1020. My B day. Oh, I wish I could have done more.
Yep, yep. Okay, okay. I ain't know what was going on. Y'all want to see something crazy? I seen this dude in my room the other day.
Ooh, you should have
Y'all
moved out.
see that dude?
You should have moved out the house. Goodness.
That nigga, bro. I was like, man, what the hell is you doing, bro? He looked like if he would have beat me, I would have got some upgrades or something. I don't know. All right. I seen him. I seen his ass, y'all. That was a sign too. Look at his ass. That nigga was in that hoe with them white out. I'm like, nigga, what is you doing, bro? Spider-Man up in that motherfucker. Spider-Man. Like, nigga, what the hell is you doing? He just was like, yeah, nigga. I fuck with you the real way though, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You 18, I'm here. But spiders represent very great signs. That shit was funny. What up? What up, Essence?
Hey, I just, I could not let this live be ended without just letting everybody know that I just followed through and I was able to connect with RealReal Keenan. And basically he did my numbers for me. And I'm telling y'all, it was life changing. Like, I mean, it changed my whole like perception about like a lot of the things I realized I have a big vision for my life, but after speaking to him and seeing how real everything is as far as those numbers and stuff like that, and he didn't rush me, all my questions and stuff like that was answered, and it just was it was real life changing. It was life changing, and I just would encourage everybody, do that as a Christmas present for yourself. This is not a commercial. He didn't know that I was gonna ask you guys to just follow through. That's my whole thing. A lot of times when you're independent and when you're really industrious and you think you're smart, I've been to college, I've done a lot of things, but the way he break this thing down is it's unbelievable. And it seemed like as he began to do it, y'all, stuff began to open up like different areas of inside of me that I didn't even say nothing, because I'm one of those people. I'm not gonna tell you something and then let you just try to pretend like you told me. You feel me? I was holding
Right.
back so much. And it was like everything that I was holding back, it just kept coming back. And it just felt like somebody was just punching me in the face with my truth about me. And I just thank him and I thank y'all. And I just hope that y'all are real about, y'all expansion and y'all next level, because truly we're in a paradigm shift and we need all the help we can get. And I think he is on the right road to helping us. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Peace and love to you, sis. And yes, and she's an amazing soul. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, wow, when I was able to do her numbers, because the information that we present between our numerical process is confidential. But at the same time, I must admit, a lot of us are so profound. We have so much greatness. And I was like, wow, when I seen, her numerical process. It just blew my mind. I was like, what? You got these and these and these and these. And she's so in alignment within herself. And she's absolutely correct, y'all. She's absolutely correct. You want to get this stuff while it's good. I know that the time is good right now, but I know it's gonna be a time to when I'm gonna have other people teaching these things, and they gonna be, it's gonna be a whole bigger system than just me. You know what I mean? There's only so much that I can do, but right now is the greatest time to learn these things because they're going to go to work for you. Put this in the chat group. The numbers will go to work for me. Put that in the chat group. The numbers will go to work for me. It's just the process of understanding how to use these things in our advantage. All right. Right now, going to go to work for me. Yes, they will. You know, they absolutely work for you every day. It's just unconsciously. Once you consciously know how to make them work for you, that's when everything get to changing. And some of you have the power to speak and dial these numbers, and then next thing you know, you in a mansion. You're like, damn, what the fuck am I doing in the mansion? You in an apartment. You know what I'm saying? You got 50 bands. You got $30,000 just
Will the
came out the
numbers
blue.
though, Keenan, also help you get understanding? I mean, many of us just want understanding, as you know, with the loss of a relative I had lately. I told you that in one of our last chats. Will the numbers also help you get understanding?
Most definitely, that's what they are. You know, not just an understanding. It will also allow you to have an inner standing and an overstanding and an outer standing. Because these numbers are you. One thing that I'll tell people, we're not just dealing with your birthday with these numbers. All right, we're dealing with so much more than the day you were born. All right, we're dealing with your vibratory essence of who you are called to be, and that's why you want to get them. Why it's good. Yes, yes, yes. No, average barmaid. They will definitely help you get an understanding, and you will be able to understand who your angel is. How much is it? Well, Moses, if you want to do the work yourself, it's just $50. Right. But if you want me to do it for you and then you want me to explain it to you the next day, which if I do it for you, I have to explain it to you, it's 250. You know what I'm saying? It's 250. And that's what it is. All right. But if you want to do it yourself and do all the work and well, it's gonna be $100 total because you're gonna do the work and then you gotta call and get a consultation. Like, okay, I done the work, these my numbers, run them to me. And then I get the numbers from you and we run them. So that's like $100. But $50 just if you want to do it yourself. And then another 50 if you want to have a consultation to talk about and want me to properly explain it to you. Some people just want to get the PDF version and do it themselves and learn their numbers and go down the rabbit hole themselves. You know, and then you got some people that's like, no, I want to know. You need to explain it to me. And then we go. And then we got some people they got so much going on, they living their best life, and they like, you do all the work, bro. And I had a few people that do that. And either which way for me is fine. I'm here for y'all. You know, what's the work though? The work is a PDF version of a numerological worksheet that we provide for you to have the formula of getting all of the access to your numbers. That's the work. So the moment you he said, yeah, the second option for sure. Yeah, the moment you begin, let's say you purchase it, Summer Love. Let's say you purchase it. The moment you get with me and you say, all right, the day we talk, that same day, and you say you want to do the work, I'm going to send you a PDF version in your email, which will allow you to understand the formula of everything that we already have going. You get what I mean? And that's the work. And you have to do it because it's going to be in fine details. All right, this is how you get this. This is how you get that. It's a worksheet. Let me see if I can kind of try it, which I don't normally show people. Because you know how people be. But I'm for the people. So let me show you a little bit of what I'm talking about. And I can just show you the worksheet to where you can just see it. And I don't still got to worry about nobody messing with the intellectual property. All right. We'll go here. All right. Let me go here. So basically, this is what you're going to get right here. All right. Great question. Basically, we're going to be sending you a worksheet, right? A PDF. All right. And as you see here, right, you have these formulas, right, to get all of these codes, right? Got these key points, you got these formulas. right? To get all of these codes and understand what they are, what they represent, right? So forth, so on, right? And that's it. Then after that, right, you get your numbers or whatever, then you want to what you want to do is say, all right, well, I got my numbers, right? I did the work, I got my numbers, did the work. Now I want you to explain to me what that is. She said, oh, that's a lot, LOL. I mean, it really ain't I'll do it. You know, I'll do it for you. All right. Do you write Arabic language? No, I don't write I don't write in Arabic language at all. But I understand the linguistics of it. Yeah. Yeah. So it really ain't hard.
Numbers, and then have you do the I guess you could say figuring out what they mean, right?
Right. Well, yes.
Okay.
That I provide, right? There's still so many discoveries of what they mean. But a lot of us want to know from the teacher. Like, you know, I read that shit. Yeah, I get that, but I want to know what they mean. And I provide that. You know, I provide the information today. And then I also out there, I also show you how to use all of the numbers to create what we call the universal formula.
Mm.
So what I give you is a formula to the formula. I like give you got the formula, now I give you the recipe to the formula. If that makes sense. All right. So now if you pay 250, if you want me to do all the work for you, so there's no explanation to the findings in the download. Yes, it is. Yes. So many explanations.
He must
Yes.
have been good with numbers. I just would like to know what those numbers mean. So if I got the part where I can pull the numbers myself, I have no problem with that. But I would like, as far as like how we used to do show and tell in school, tell me please what they mean.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah, for sure. So yeah, you
Well, I'm
definitely
not
gonna get it.
kidding.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm just letting y'all know, as a person that did that, I just went through this whole process. I'm gonna really be honest with you. It's like when he did, like, the first day, we were on the phone probably about 3 hours, and it was so in depth, right? Because he basically broke everything down to the point where I didn't have no questions. And then the next day, we had to spend another 3 hours because it's just that serious. I mean, it was so big. And then after he did that, right, I thought that it was over, right? And then he did this whole, like, bringing all of that stuff together. And then it was just a whole series of, how can I say it? The only thing I can say is that my soul woke up to how big, we are as people, and how big we are when we unite. Because sometimes it says, like, and I'm just using this as symbolism, but sometimes they say two can put 10,000 to flight, if you know what I mean. And in the universe, when his spirit and his energy connects with your energy on a personal, like, level like that, like 2 days straight, 3 days straight, man, the third day was just so expansive. I couldn't even work. I just was like, it was awesome. And then like, now I wasn't really having vivid dreams. The one thing that I've noticed is I'm having vivid dreams and I'm remembering those dreams. I've never done that before. So I think there's also some type of energy transference. I'm not trying to, I'm not hyping nothing up, but
Right.
there's a level of transferring of energy when you do it with him. And for that extra $150, I will pay it all over again. Thank you.
Nice.
Say,
Yes, sis, I believe you.
I,
I did a reading as well with Keenan, and I really rate him as somebody that will tell you the truth. Me again, like, especially since I've been watching his lives for a minute, and even though it was just one reading, I would definitely know I've gotten a little better with numbers. If somebody is a banker, I don't do too bad with numbers, but I just need to know what
that's
those numbers mean. That
the
I
fact.
will need. So if it's $150, I'll pay the $150. I'd have to know what they mean. I just have to.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I say, oh, yeah, we for the people. You know what I'm saying? We for the people, and I love to help the people. One thing I can say that gives me a lot of strength is I love people that do the work on themselves first. So, one thing I can say before I even thought to present this to everybody else or to anybody else, I made sure that I did this to myself. You know, and what happened one day is I remember that I did this shit. I'm like, damn, wow, this shit worked on me. I can teach this. Now I can share this with the world because I did it. And it took me some time to really, because I was battling like, should I do this to should I help the people with this? Are they interested? But my ancestor was like, boy, you better get out there and help these people. These people got these numbers going on, and numbers are everything. You see numbers on the back of license plates. You know, what is the word without numbers on your clock, on your phone, right? Numbers are everything, right? Numbers are everything. So once we know how to work with the numbers, you know, a lot of us see 111, 222, 333 angel numbers. But what we don't realize is that we have our own numbers. And when you come here, the very first thing they do is give your ass a 9-digit number. Why 9? Called a social security number, which is a deposit, right? They give you these numbers to keep track of who you are because they know who you are celestially. What if you had your celestial code? Then you'll say, I need a NRAI, a non-resident alien identification number, which who I'm identified to be in the what? In spirit. I need my NRAI numbers. I need my universal celestial code numbers first. Now I can change my 9-digit numbers, whether if it's going to be an EIN, a CPN, whatever. All right. And you can have that version of me. I got some other numbers that created some other numbers for me. And that's beautiful. So we got to understand that celestially first. And that's what's happening right now. You know, so I'm for the people. I do this for the people, y'all. I'm for us. I'm team people, team we. And I get so much joy out of seeing us unite and seeing us evolve. Um, it's not really for myself, you know what I mean? The only reason why I decided to, you know, charge was for the time, because this shit is a lot. You know, it takes time. But I still love to do it. You know, I still love to do it, and I'm gonna continue to do this. And much more. We have we have much more things that we're formulating. I'm also putting together a training and a team. If y'all don't know, in 2024, we will have a team which is going to allow us to bring, you know, the alignment with the ancestry going on,
Will it
and
be
with
an online team like people can do it from home?
yes, yes, it will. Most
Nice.
definitely. It gotta be. It gotta be. You know what I'm saying? We'll have a ground team and we'll have a tech team. We'll have a a online team and we'll have a grounds team where we come together and unite like 4 or 5 times a year and set up camps and things like that to where we can deal with learning how to give the process to to the community. Yeah, right. The real community. Man, imagine a real community in person. Oh, the
That would be
real
dope as
community gonna
hell.
be
It would.
crazy.
It would very dope.
Woo, that real community gonna be so fun and live. And we strong. We know how to use our inner child, but still be adults, but still be inner children and still be free to be. I really know and really believe that this is going to be um something out of this world because I've been called to unite the people.
Will there
So
be
that's what
another
I'm gonna do.
retreat?
I'm gonna unite us. Yes, great question. And there will be another retreat. We've been getting
Mm.
so many questions about the retreat. The last retreat was just so beautiful. It was just so I'm talking about just so natural. This retreat gonna be way much more bigger. It's gonna be, the retreat. This retreat will be another retreat. We do not have a date yet.
Mm.
Although there will be, we do not have a location and we do not have a date. But I'm pretty sure that we gonna do it like around the same time because it just worked like that. So that and we will let you guys know ahead of time, and so much ahead of time, like months ahead, we'll be able to tap into.
Can we do
Right,
one at a hotel this time?
right.
Because
So
with
that's very,
me with
very
my nephew, he's almost 2. He'll be 2 in April. I would definitely like to participate, but I don't get babysitting as easy this much these days. So I just want to know if there would be a hotel option this time.
Yes and no. Let me say
Mm-hmm.
yes because what we do is we gonna be in. I love nature, so I think it's something about being outside in nature. But what what we did last time is like, let's say some people came with some people, which
Mm-hmm.
and they did go get a hotel. They went and they got a hotel. They went sleeping outside at nighttime. You know what I'm saying? So they went. They didn't get no. They went in no tents. They went and got a hotel, and then they came back. You know what I'm saying? And so all that is good. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
Well,
all
how
that is
about a
good. So
beach?
yes,
I say a beach. We should do a beach this time. Me, when it comes to beaches, I think the most beautiful beach
uh,
I've ever seen was in
beach will be
Panama.
live.
Panama had a beach with black sand, and that was the first time I ever touched down somewhere that had a beach with black sand. I fell in love while I was in Panama. So I'm like, if we can meditate, do yoga,
Real.
do whatever in somewhere that has a beach at
Yeah,
least.
that'll be live.
Oh my
We
God.
definitely have options.
That would be
We
better than
definitely have
sex.
options. If you have,
That would
if
be
you
better
guys
than
have
sex.
some
I
great
promise you it would. That would be far better than sex. Like I would definitely need that type of option.
opportunities, y'all, always and
Hmm.
always fun. So yeah, that sound live though. I can say that that beach action do
A beach.
sound live.
Absolutely. Some yoga on the beach. Listen.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yep,
Ooh.
Hawaii utilizes the heart chakra. Yeah, Hawaii live too. Hawaii
Mhm.
live too.
Or even
If
Puerto
I
Rico. Puerto Rico don't do too bad either, and they're still U.S. territory. So Puerto
real,
Rico's beaches are pretty decent as well.
long as it got water, if it got some real blue water, I want to go. As long as they got blue water, I love to go to a beach. But I
Yes.
don't know if people are able there because of yeah, for sure. That would be okay. Let me see if Southern Witch Doctor coming back up here. Let's see. She was driving last time or something. Hello?
Ooh, I hear chips in the background. I'm about to go pull some chips of my own.
Hey, I swear, Southern Witch Doctor cool. Like that, she real cool, man. I remember all my clients, y'all. All the clients just know I remember y'all, cause y'all got good souls and good spirits. And my heart goes out to everybody that's willing to make a change. You guys are making changes. Those individuals that have had any work done in 2023, we helped a lot of people this year. I
Yes.
mean, I'm talking about with readings, we touched so many people this year. I gotta say that. I gotta keep it real. We have changed and touched a lot of lives and a lot of souls this year.
Yes. And
And
your readings, Keenan, have been really dope. I'm not gonna lie. The reading that you did with me, like, helped me open my eyes to a lot. That it has.
I say yeah. I'm grateful that you took the approach to be, to be the initiated of your sister, and you decided to say, you know what, I'm gonna take on this responsibility and I'm gonna watch after what she left behind. And that alone right there, that alone right there is a responsibility out of this world. So you have this ancestor like energy already naturally. You got this ancestor like energy, and you also are what we call a steward, a stewardess, right? You're a good stewardess, so you have the ability to oversee and to look over something. But remember, if I'm correct, if I can remember, possibly you are a Libra, right?
I am, yeah.
So you are a librarian. And a lot of people don't know that the Libras are the Akashic record holders. All right. And when Libras tap in, the very first thing that they do, God Tiffany said, sure did. I'm one of them. Right. The very first thing that the Libras do, all right, the word Libra comes from the word libre. Libre means freedom or to
Free.
liberate.
To free, yeah.
Right.
Because in Spanish, that's what that means. To free, yes.
So that's where Libra comes from. Now, the Libras hold the scales, all right, and they're also known as librarians, right? Library or library. Library. So these librarians are the books. A librarian holds the what? All of the records, all of the books. When you go to a library, you see what? Books.
Look,
Well, this is also Libras. That's where library comes from, is from the librarians. They hold all of the records. And the symbolism of a Libra is the scales. All right, to weigh and balance, all right, the
absolutely.
record, the records of freedom. In our case, we would call it the Akashic records. All right. So a Libra in ancient Egyptian mythology, it would be known as Anubis. Okay, where you would have to go to the underworld and get your heart weighed against a feather within the Akashic records to see if you passed, if you had to come back in the cycle and start all over again, right? So you being able to do what you're doing right now is just, you have said, you know what, this is a good record for me to keep, regarding, not to put our personal business out there, but regarding the children, if that makes sense. Um
I'm just
and
hoping
I and
not
I
to
and
fuck it up, Keenan. If you can understand, I'm just hoping not to fuck it up. Like I always believed in balance, even when I was younger. But I just hope not to fuck it up. That's all.
I keep on going, stay strong. Everything gonna be perfectly fine the way it is. And plus, she will see you through all the way. You gotta understand that too, because she, although you thinking like she's gone, she here. And the reason why she's here is because she had to stay. She didn't want to go to the next world. She didn't want to go. She wanted to come back and all over again. But now she's watching over you, watching over them, right? And this is amazing when you're able to look at it from this level of energy. And I just want to, let you know that you're not alone. She gonna be all the way with you. Now she want to listen to your ass though, sis. I'm gonna tell you that. I'm gonna tell you that. And when I tell you that, don't take that the wrong way. Now she want to listen to you. All right. And I get the readings, man. Go get the readings. If y'all want a natal chart reading, we definitely got the natal chart readings, and now I'm gonna be honest with y'all guys. Why does it keep on doing that? Boy, if this ain't a sign, I don't know what it is. This is a huge sign. All right, I'm gonna need you to stay on, my boy. All right, I'm gonna tell y'all something that's true. All right, do not get a natal chart reading from anybody that does not ask you your date of birth. I mean your time of birth. I'm gonna say that again. Do not receive a natal chart reading from anybody that does not ask you, do you know the time you were born? If they don't ask you that, they don't know how to read you natally. All right, astrologically, don't do it. It is essential to the coordinates of the universe to know the time you came into this existence and was stamped into this physical world. All right, remember that. And that's how you do natal chart readings. Yes. Can I get one? Yes. What all do I need? Oh, I just need your date of birth. They lying. They need the time you were born, the date of birth, and the place at which where you were born. All right. If you don't know the time, don't get a natal chart reading. Come to me and get your universal celestial codes, because your universal celestial codes doesn't have, you don't have to understand the time you were born. We'll be able, and then we probably would be able to essentially dictate around what about time you were born. All right. So just come to me and just get your UCC, your celestial codes, because you don't need the time for that. All right. You need every access to vibratory frequencies.
What about
All right.
family? What about where your mother and father were from? Can't that help too sometimes?
Yeah, that can help too. But it's just, you got to know where you were born, where you were born at. You might not have to know like the exact like hospital and them, but you want to know city, state, country. I mean city, state, county, or country. Country, city, state, county. You know, so I need mine. Okay, if you serious, Heavy B, and you serious, you can go on the website and hit consultation, or you can go on the website and hit consultation, or if you don't want to do all that, just DM me in my DM on TikTok and say natal chart reading, and send me your telephone number. We'll call you. We'll set up the date. and look at the schedule, set the date up, and we'll get it done. Or you can just go on the website and lock in your information that way. Either which way for me is fine, and we'll have you set up ASAP. And you can't deny it. And we will also give you a copy in a version, right? Everybody who get a natal chart reading with me, I always send them their own full natal chart where they can see it for themselves, and I explain to them what each modality means, what this means, what that means, and we'll be able to take care of you in 45 minutes. For sure, for sure. It's nothing but $50 for the natal chart readings. All right.
And I wanted to
And you don't
say
have to worry
before,
about
I don't want to cut you off, but I noticed that there was a question about knowing the time. For me, I purchased a copy of my live birth certificate, which gave my time of birth, all of that, everything that needed to be known, where my parents were from, everything, the hospital. You can purchase that, and that would also give you the information needed for these types of readings. That's how I got
that's
mine.
true. That's true. B Spears said I got one. It was amazing. Yeah, you sure did. I was talking to Eternal Gardens about your shit the other day. I was like, damn, I had told Free Spirit about the lunar eclipse a long ass month, like 9 months ago. We was talking about this day or the 28th months and months ago, and that's something I also presented. What made my natal chart readings interesting is that I just didn't give you your natal chart. I also gave you your 2023 annual forecast regarding solar and lunar eclipses and retrogrades. All right. A lot of people don't do that. All right. A lot of people don't do that. They just give your natal chart reading. See, each and every one of us, regarding our sun sign, has an annual year forecast. So if you got a natal chart reading with me in January, you know about all of these lunar, solar eclipses, retrogrades in this year regarding your sign. So a lot of us, we've been hip about the solar eclipse and the lunar eclipse way in January. Every date that I predicted was accurate. Every day was right on time. So many people was, right in tune with I told you no average barmaid. I told you no average barmaid. Not to cut you out, not to cut myself off. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yep. We just had whose name is Amaya is my sister's middle name. I was just like, wow, you just like randomly popped up. Like, what's going on?
Told you. I can't make this up. I told you. She watching over your ass. She's watching over you. And the more and more we know how to break the veil in the simulation, right, the easier it's going to be, all right, for us to access, right, the divine portal power that we have within us. When we are venerating our ancestors, our body is the altar.
Yeah.
So, all you gotta do is keep on thinking and talking about you hope you don't mess up. She gonna be right there with her. What you said? I'm right here, girl. I know your ass be tired sometimes, but I'm gonna need you to not be tired today. You're gonna be like, girl, who is you talking to? I'm dealing with this shit. Yeah. Y'all gonna be arguing and shit, and then you gonna start laughing. You know, this is beautiful. To know that we are here for a purpose and a divine reason.
Yeah, that almost brought tears to my eyes. I'm not gonna lie. Amaya and I thought of her directly. Amaya, Angelica Amaya Sapero is her whole name. And I saw an Amaya, I believe Michelle pop up. Yeah, like that just like was wow. I don't get that
Yep.
often.
Yep. Yep. She with you right now, man. You bringing her up like this, it lets you know that she's heavy on your spirit. And she wants you to lighten that burden right now. But she's forever grateful. Without you being in this position right now, man, we don't know what them youngins will be. And but we know that they will off because of what's going on. And I'm so grateful that you are in the position that you in. We just gotta stay grateful and I hope your ass don't fuck up neither. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
That's the Well, I want to send my love, I want to send my recognition, my love and peace and power to all of those high vibrational beings that's inside of this chat group. Tonight is a unique night, and I'm so grateful that we're able um to be, all that we are. Um, let's use more of our visualization. You know, Let's use more of our visualization, more of our imagination, and let's bring this stuff into the physical. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Let's co-create our own reality and bring some things into the physical. We can do it. You know, we shouldn't have any doubt. And now that I'm talking like this, I'm thinking so much. Eternal God, is you still there, or are you busy? I think she busy right now.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, okay, cool. Yeah, I'm just making sure you was here. I know you in your mode right now. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just checking on you for sure. For sure. You got anything you want to say to the collective before we get out?
No, I don't have anything.
All right, well,
Just
you know we
everybody keep themselves uplifted and, stay high vibrational, stay one with yourself, stay at peace. And just know that, everything is working out. Stay present. Yeah, that's it.
yo, I appreciate that. We highly received that. And we appreciate you for, you know what I'm saying, dropping them jewels for sure. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know how
So,
we finna. Shout out to all of the gods. You feel me? All of the goddesses, all of the kings, and all of the queens, and even the finest of human beings. That's right. Hey, to your own selves be true, and may the ancestors see us through. Recap. Tonight we learned on the three brains. All right. Cephalic brain, cardiac brain, enteric brain. We learned that heaven, all right, and being heaven on earth is that we must do. We also learned that hell is our enteric brain, our bottomless pit. We also learned that we must connect to the God within us. That's the only God we need to be talking about, the God within us. All right. And we just want to say thank you so much to the gods within to God within us for allowing us to be who we are. We talked about getting the books online. We talked about, so much great things. You just had to be here. You just had to be here. You know what I'm saying? But we love y'all. All right. Until next time, stay divine and stay aligned. Big love. Yeah. The real way. All right, peace. This is for the star seed. We trust in the divine to meet our needs. They will not corrupt our deeds. Yeah, we are G-O-D, children of divinity. We know that our soul came from infinity and beyond. We know that we won. Children of the sun. Get ready, here we